Okay, ma'am, so this is for sale. Can you just start with the introduction first?
Okay, good afternoon, ma'am. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity. My name is Mayank Tamrakar, and I am from Jhansi, which is the famous place in fame of Maharani Lakshmibai. I have done my graduation in mechanical engineering from SRM CET Bareilly, and currently I am pursuing my M.Tech in robotics and mobility systems from IIT Jodhpur. In my B.Tech, I have served as the technical committee head as well as the dance group head, where we have won the dance group competition, and also we have organized the largest tech gallery with the maximum participation of 106 teams during our tenure. During my GATE preparation, I have worked as a freelancer in Shag India Private Limited, where I have been solving the doubts of mechanical engineering students along with my GATE preparation. And also, ma'am, after my B.Tech, I have worked 3 months in one of the steel industry in Ghaziabad. And if I talk about my skills, then I am quite good in team management, work management, and team building. Thank you.
Okay. How do you justify yourself that you are good in team management? Like, what are the traits you have?
Ma'am, like traits that I have is good planning, then I have decision making, and I have mentoring and influencing.
Okay.
Like, yes.
Ma'am, you were mentioning some large group led. I could not understand it out, like
Yes,
gathering
yes.
or something. Yeah, just
यस
repeat
मैम,
that.
बेसिकली हमारे कॉलेज में हमारी कॉलेज कमेटी थी, तो मेरे को उसका टेक्निकल हेड बनाया गया था। और हम लोग का जो टेक्निकल इवेंट होता है, तो उसमें एक सबसे बड़ा इवेंट था हमारा, लाइक टेक गैलरी नाम करके। तो उसको मेरे को ऑर्गेनाइज करने को टास्क दिया गया था, जो कि मैंने ऑर्गेनाइज किया था। और मैं मेरे अंडर 20 लोगों की टीम थी।
Okay. 20 people were in a team under you.
यस यस मैम, यस मैम, आई एम द हेड ऑफ ऑल देम।
Okay, okay, fine. Now, you just tell me like you are going preparing for sale, right? So why you targeted PSU? You told in the robotics and all that you are doing your MTech.
यस
So
यस
why don't teaching and why PSU now?
Ma'am, teaching is not in my cup of tea, and ma'am, I have joined MTech because at that time I am not getting any opportunity to join the PSU because they have not come with their application. And since my GATE preparation, my main aim is to get into PSU only. So like I have preparing for PSU.
You told me that you want to like you pursued MTech because the application forms of sale were not out, right?
Yeah. Ma'am,
Of
I am
PSU.
pursuing MTech. I am in first semester. Currently, we have ended our first semester.
So you basically pursued it to save the time, right?
Yes, yes,
The-
ma'am.
okay, okay, fine. And you like you could not justify why PSU.
Ma'am, why PSU? Ma'am, first of all, like mostly the PSUs are providing the managerial skills as I have seen. So like after participation in my tech gallery, I have seen that I am good in management. So I thought that PSU will be a good option. And secondly, ma'am, like they are providing good work-life balance and all these things. एंड
Okay.
मैम बेसिकली मैं यूपी से हूँ, तो वहाँ पे मैम प्रेस्टीज वाली जॉब बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है। और हमारे यहाँ कल्चर है कि जो गवर्नमेंट सर्विस में होता है उसका एक अलग स्टेटस होता है सोसाइटी में। तो मैम उसके लिए भी आई वांट टू गो विद पीएसयू।
Okay. And why sale then, if I ask you, like, why particularly sale and PSUs?
मैम बिकॉज लाइक मैम सेल इज वन ऑफ द महारत्ना कंपनी एंड इट इज डीलिंग इन स्टील। एंड जैसे हमको पता है कि स्टील इज द बैकबोन ऑफ एनी कंट्री, तो सेल तो मार्केट में हमेशा रहेगा। फर्स्ट रीजन तो ये है। एंड मैम सेकंड रीजन इज लाइक इट इज अ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी एंड गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज मोर एम्फसाइजिंग ऑन द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर, so it has a bright future. And one third reason is this, like it is providing the role of manager, and I think that I will be a good manager. So here I am getting the best opportunity to showcase my managerial skills. That's why in sale.
Mank, what is your hobby?
Ma'am, my hobbies is to watching case studies, listening podcast, and doing gym physical exercises.
Listening?
Podcast.
Okay. So what do you like about it?
Ma'am, about podcast. मैम बेसिकली पॉडकास्ट में क्या होता है, हमको डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एरियाज की नॉलेज मिलती है विद इन अ शॉर्ट स्पैन ऑफ टाइम। लाइक अगर मान लीजिए कोई पॉडकास्ट कर रहा है, तो वो अपने पूरे लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस को 1-1.5 घंटे में
You
समझा
want to
के
hear it and you enjoy listening
यस
to it.
सर। मैं बेसिकली जब व्हेन आई फील टायर्ड अबाउट फ्रॉम माय वर्क, देन आई बेसिकली सिंपली आई रिलैक्स एंड प्लग इन द ईयरफोन, एंड बिसाइड्स लिसनिंग द सॉन्ग्स आई लिसन टू पॉडकास्ट।
Okay, you relax through this.
यस यस यस।
Okay, what is your strength and weakness, Mank?
Ma'am, my first of all, my strength is like good planning and teamwork. I know how to manage the peoples and resources. And ma'am, my weakness is like basically मैं क्या मेरा ये होता है कि लाइक कभी कभी मैं प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में लोगों के पर्सनल इमोशंस को ध्यान में नहीं रखता हूँ। कभी कभी ऐसे मैं डिसीजन ले लेता हूँ जो पर्सनली उनके लिए अच्छे नहीं है, बट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए अच्छे हैं। और मैम सेकंड वीकनेस इज लाइक मैम आई ट्रस्ट पीपल, थोड़ा सा मैं लेट में ट्रस्ट करता हूँ। लाइक कोई बोलता है तो मैं एकदम से उसको ट्रस्ट नहीं कर पाता हूँ। पहले मैं अपने बेसिस पे अपने लेवल पे जज करता हूँ, उसके बाद ट्रस्ट करता हूँ किसी भी पे।
Okay, right. So, Mayank, one more thing. You just tell me, if I ask you, have you seen the website of SAIL?
यस मैम, लिटिल बिट।
Can you just tell me like what was there on the left and right corner? Where was the logo actually?
मैम आई थिंक लोगो, मैम नॉट श्योर बट इट इज इन द राइट कॉर्नर, आई थिंक सो।
No, not sure.
यस यस, देयर इज वन लोगो ऑफ G20 समिट, लाइक इट इज इन राइट मोस्ट कॉर्नर, आई थिंक।
So, what do you think? Like, if I ask you, what are the improvements that are needed in the website?
Ma'am, like website should be more like user interface should be more improved, I think, because like it is a typical government website, and if we want to attract more the customers, then they are more। मैम तो वेबसाइट में बेसिकली ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि वो बिल्कुल इन्फ्लुएंसिंग होनी चाहिए, तो थोड़ा सा यूजर इंटरफेस और इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं वहाँ पे। लाइक
Okay.
अट्रैक्टिव पॉलिसीज दिखा सकते हैं उनको, जैसे कोई मेरे वेबसाइट को खोले तो सीधे से क्या क्या पॉलिसीज हैं हमारी, क्या डिस्काउंट्स हैं, कस्टमर्स के लिए क्या क्या चीज़ अच्छी हो सकती है, तो बेसिकली वो पहले दिखाएं तो इम्प्रूवमेंट होगा थोड़ा।
Any of the contribution you have made to the society so far?
Ma'am, in college level only I have made the contribution, like by organizing the tag gallery, and ma'am, yes ma'am, basically एक तो वही किया है।
So not for the society as a purpose, you would say.
No ma'am, not much।
Okay. Any of your this, if you have to summarize yourself in one word, Mayank, what would be that?
मैम वन वर्ड, लाइक आई एम एम्बिशियस पर्सन, एंड बेसिकली मैं जो डिसाइड करता हूँ तो उसको मैं पूरा करके ही फिर स्टॉप होता हूँ।
Okay. So, Mayank, this was so far like I had getting to know you, like what kind of a personality you are. But there are lots of shortcomings which you need to improve right now because on the basics, I'm stopping it here. I could have asked you questions on your freelancing and all because you told me some of the sites that where did you actually work. But before that, I need to tell you, your speed is so fast. You
ओके।
need to control it out because when you were focusing your introduction, I was writing some things about you, like to get to know about you, right? So I could not even write it out. You were so speedy that I was just marring like how I am writing it out, and he's just popping it again and again. So limit your speed, very first thing. Second is before your introduction was a bit satisfied. There was nothing wrong in the introduction. Some of the lines could be improved that you can mention, like my area of specialization is this and this. Okay. You should mention it out like, good morning, ma'am. I am young. I have done my graduation from this and this university, right? In the stream of whatever is your stream, right? Then I decided now, do not say that I pursued MTech just because the forms were not out. No. To you can say to exposure because you wanted more exposure. You wanted to you can say you do not want to limit your boundaries out, right? So that is why you were like, I wanted to do, you wanted to have more knowledge, you wanted to expand your this knowledge level. So that is why you went for MTech, right? And this was the best option because right now you're even figuring out that yeah, this is improving your knowledge. So it should not be ma'am forms were not out. That is why it was just a layer one activity. No, you should not sound like that. Okay. Yeah, you can say my basic aim. My aim was to be in a PSU, but yeah, I have taken a decision to say like to know more before I enter the PSU, have more of the knowledge, to have more of the you can say the curriculum level knowledge. Then why PSU? No, ma'am, it is just for the prestige and at that stage, or you can say for monetary benefits, because everyone comes and say that, ma'am, PSU, I'll get good salary. First thing, work-life balance is good over there. Do not say like that. First thing is that, ma'am, whatever I learned in my B.Tech curriculum, I guess this was the best time to gain practical exposure from there. I would learn a lot from there. Like if I entered some of the PSU, I would be able to do some kind of a practical exposure. My knowledge will actually come into practice. So that is the first thing.
Okay।
Second is like I want to PSU because there it has been my passion. Where did you hear your PSU this thing? From your senior, from your friends, from someone. So you
Yes।
can say that you have seen that how beautifully the person works. He's able to devote the time maximum in the office also and even have a good life balance. There you can mention it out. But first reason should be that your practical exposure or your knowledge is into tested or your B.Tech studies is put into use.
ओके मैम, लाइक वन थिंग मैम, जैसे मेरे फादर भी गवर्नमेंट सर्विस में इंजीनियर है, तो मैं उनको मेंशन कर सकता हूँ उसके बाद, लाइक फर्स्ट में जैसे
You can just say
like
second
by
point like
seeing his work life balance and seeing his lifestyle,
no,
so
no, no. You can say I wanted to follow my father's footprints because I want to be at a dignified and you can say good responsibility in my job. I wanted to play a good responsibility in person as in my job. You were saying like it's not in my cup of tea. It's not in my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. Okay,
okay,
it's not in that. So you use the proverb if it's not right. Otherwise, don't use it.
okay,
Right. So that was the mistake which you committed. Second is like I pointed on why MTech. Why PSU? Why SAIL? Now, SAIL, that was justified that, ma'am, it is like you can mention it your subjects also. Your area of specialization is linked to it, or you wanted to do figure out something like I wanted to go in the steel sector because it has a good, you can say, future. But before that future, because ma'am, I wanted to analyze my knowledge, my favorite subjects, my area of specialization was this, so I wanted that should be put into practice. This should be the first thing, your passion, your interest, that should be the reflection everywhere. Your reflection was, ma'am, because you want to be at a prestigious position.
Okay.
And that is a negative point. If I come and say two candidates are there, one says that, ma'am, I want to have this job because I really am so desirable and passionate about it. Other comes and says that, ma'am, it's a prestigious job. I'll get to increase my prestige. I'll get more money. Whom would you hire?
First one, like, who is
That's simple.
passionate
And
about
you
it.
are, yeah, you are making the same mistake, right? Because there will be so many candidates, and if someone would not be different, so how you are different from others? Is you were mentioning introduction, lots of things. You mentioned about your first, so it's okay to mention about your graduation and post graduation. Your introduction can be, Mayank, if you've seen the video, go and watch that video. Here, I've justified like 10 of the points, and main point should be there in the introduction. Like, good morning, ma'am. I'm Mayank. I've done my graduation from this and this university. I wanted to further, you can say, for my further education, I was admitted into this and this university where I'm pursuing right now my MTech. Then moving ahead, then you can say is that even I'm a professionally skilled person where I worked as a freelancer in this and this website. One line, and I have achievements where I've worked as a project management head, whatever year was there. So make a pause once you say first your academics, then you make about your this job profile, and then your where you want to end it out, because where you want your entire interview to go on, right? If you want to discuss about your project, end it on the project. If you want to discuss about your dance group and all that, dance head, end it on that. Okay. And you are giving me lots of things in introduction, which will be like person will be like what to ask. Limit it out. Figure out like what are the most important things. And if you're not comfortable in the project work, don't mention it out. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Then one more thing I want to tell you. Yeah, strength and weakness. You tell what did you tell me in your strength?
Some like good planning, decision making, and
Three.
teamwork.
Focus on one. Strength is
One.
always the first perfect thing you have,
Okay, okay.
right? And weakness, you told me.
मैं वीकनेस बेसिकली मैं वही बोला था मैंने कि जैसे लाइक प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में मैं पर्सनल इमोशन का ज़्यादा केयर नहीं करता हूँ वैसा.
Okay, so it should be like I am more professionally skilled person, and where I sometimes even skip my personal relations for that because I'm so dedicated to my professional life. So this sometimes hamper my personal relations, and I'm working in it. I'm making a good work-life balance right now. So how you're improving it out, you have to justify. Clear? So and see, do watch that sale website. What are the changes needed? Where is the logo? What is on left? What is on right? You need to study it out because there might be some questions because you don't have any job. There will be questions on your MTech project or basically on your B.Tech project or some of the thing you mentioned. That would be limelight. Okay, so do it again. I'll share the video once again in the group. Do watch how to introduce yourself also.
ओके. मैम, हाँ मैम, जैसे मैंने अपनी एंडिंग अभी स्किल्स पे करा था, इंट्रोडक्शन का एंडिंग, तो वहीं पे करूँ या फिर कहीं और पे करूँ?
What do you want? Like, what you want your introduction should be discussed on area of specialization. I think if you are good in subjects, because then they will move to technical round. So if you want that your technical round should be discussed, end it on this. If you want your project should be discussed, end it on that. If you want your freelancing should be discussed, end it on that.
बट मैम एक चीज है ना, जैसे सेल में वो लोग बेसिकली मैनेजमेंट ट्रेनिंग का पोस्ट प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, तो आई थिंक लाइक वो उन्हीं ट्रेड्स पे डिस्कस करना चाहेंगे, मैनेजमेंट लाइक मैनेजर क्या होता है.
Go ahead for that. Yeah,
मैम तो
you can
तभी
end it
मैंने,
on that.
हाँ तो मैम
No worries.
हाँ तभी मैंने अपने स्किल्स पे एंड किया था, लाइक जो टीम बिल्डिंग लाइक एंड ऑल, तो बेसिकली वो मैनेजमेंट के ट्रेड्स होते हैं, तो आई थिंक दैट वहाँ पे फिर वो कैरी ऑन करना चाहें.
Okay, so you can end it over there. There's no harm. I'm just telling you, just
Okay.
limit some things in an interview and do not be so fast because if you see the recording, you will be so fast. And some points, why PSU, why sale, why this, why not start teaching? So I'm teaching is like all about theoretical knowledge. I don't want to be, I want to guide the people through my practical skills. And I want to be an example over there. What is your contribution to nation? That was to your society. Ma'am, I don't contribute so much, but the little I contribute is like I say, you can say I give my clothes by the poor ones, or if on my birthdays I go to blind institutions, something, whatever is there. Or ma'am, even if a maid comes to my house or some of the kids are there, I try to give free guidance and free education to them. So something that is also one to one is also like a set to the society, because it was asked in IOCL
Okay.
how you are this giving contribution to the society, because already you are into your 20s. So what you have done so far, right? And you want to be in PSU. So what are the managerial skills you have? Something like that. What is your mission and vision? So we'll have lots of questions. First, improve the basics, and then you can have an inflection again.